Chasers Podcast. Coming to you live and direct with your host and your moderator, Kevin L. Warren, along with his fellow co-hosts, Dorian, the D.A. Albreton, James, the Angry One Warren, Mike Mills, Daryl D-Dub Warren, and Dan K, the Hockey Dude. This is a real sports podcast for real fans. This is a sports podcast with no hot takes, no narratives, just real, unadulterated sports talk. Please be advised that there may be some colorful and explicit language. The Sports Chasers are the defenders of the fans. Now, here's your host and moderator, Kevin L. Warren!
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on, everybody? It's another edition of the Sports Chasers podcast, man. Hey, shout out to those that were when you coming in, you was expecting a 30-second gap, to get us started. Not tonight. We are sorry about that. We're trying to work some things out. Make sure you like, click, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And make sure that you, when you like, click, and subscribe, make sure you also share the channel. Make sure you also comment to us on this. We answer all comments, try to anyway. Make sure on the podcast side, on Apple or Spotify, you give us that five-star review. And also give us a review. Give us, write down what you think of us. As D-Dub always says, love us or hate us or whatever. We want you to love us, of course. But if you have some hate, that's fine too. We'll pray for you. With that said, let's meet the crew. We got Dan the Hockey Dude. Dan is with us today. Dan, what's up? Well, he's up with us all the time, but he's here right now. What's up, Dan? What's going on? He's got the Penguins hat on. What's good, man?
What's up, bro? No, I'm just watching the Penguins first period here against Tampa. In Tampa, hoping our guys get their heads out of their asses because we lost 2 to Philly, both in overtime. But it is what it is.
Gotcha.
Ready to go? I see you got the Costa Rica hotel hat on.
No, actually, this is not. No, this is not. This is one in Mexico. I didn't get a hat from them, man. I just had what I had on. I said I needed a white hat. I needed a white hat to match my shirt, and I didn't have a white hat, so I said, let me just put this on, and this will go. But yeah, this is one.
I know, was it Monday? The hotel internet was at least a half hour behind. I figured maybe they compensated you with the hat,
Nah, man, he gave me some soap lotion, bro.
Let's go.
Let's go, man. Shout out to the guys in their absence, the DA in his absence. DA won't be with us tonight. The Angry One won't be with us tonight. Mike Mills won't be with us tonight, but D-Dub should be showing up shortly, probably changing his hat right now. So God only knows what's tonight, Wednesday. We're talking about hockey, whatever. I say he has on a baseball cap tonight because we're going to be talking about baseball here a little bit. So
why?
Or maybe what team Shohei Ohtani is going to, or if the Juan Soto deal gets done with the Yankees. I'll give it to Dan. Dan's going to take away with hockey. Go ahead, Dan.
Well, our producer's going to hate me because, I know there's the power polls that are out and about. And, of course, I don't always agree with them. But, we'll start out with that. Like, the Rangers, they're probably top of the totem pole right now, even though they got beat last night 6-2, wasn't it?
6-2 to the Senators, yes.
Ottawa. Ottawa only has 20 points. You can have almost twice as many points as them. Okay. Anyway, so I would say Boston is second, Vegas, Colorado. Well, here's the thing is LA's got 33 points. They're 4 points behind Vegas. But they only played 22 games. They got 4 games in hand on Vegas. So, like I said before, it's not like a one-man gang, someone carrying them. It's a team effort. Everybody's playing well. I would probably put Vegas or Colorado third, Vegas fourth, Colorado, and then Detroit.
Mm.
Stevie Y, he's got this team. He's making up the team like he wants it, and they're playing really well.
What's going on with our main man? Is he going to Detroit or what? What are
Patty?
we doing?
Pat,
Yeah.
oh,
What's his name?
he already Captain Kane's already signed.
All
He
right.
just
So when's he going to start?
he's just getting his legs under him. He had the same hip surgery as one of the top tennis professionals. I can't think of his name, but yeah, he's going to be back. I think that you know that was one of the teams he said it was in his heart that he wanted to play for, and they got the Brinkett hometown kid coming back. He was playing lights out. They got a young team. Both their goaltenders they had last year are now in the Penguins organization, the Dalkovich and Hellberg, I think it is,
Right.
that he's playing in Wilkes-Barre. But yeah, I think anytime you got a guy like Stevie Y run the show, it's only a matter of time before he can see talent and he can see a vision and he can mold all that together. So Detroit's not going to be that bad for that much longer. They're going
One point I wanted to ask you with that was Steve Eisman. And for those that are novices at hockey, hockey is definitely one of the sports that I watch and I love to watch. And Steve Eisman was a great Detroit Red Wing. How does he how does he make sure that he was a great player? Because sometimes that doesn't transcribe into you being a great general manager or a manager, right? We've seen that unfortunately with what's going on in Charlotte with the Hornets, with what other greats, and that doesn't translate into into more wins. I would say with Larry Bird, when he was with the Pacers, that worked out fairly well. He got them to a couple of conference championships, and they played well. What do you think about Stevie Y?
Well, I'll say this. If you have an organization that's willing to spend money, that makes a big difference. You're referencing Jordan here in Charlotte, and they've fucking Georgia had get out of here. Anyway,
good evening, everybody. I'm sorry.
Yeah, good luck with the fifth place game. Anyway,
we'll get to that.
Damn,
with him,
toxic.
He can see talent. He knows how they want to play the game, and he sees players that know how to play the game he wants to play, and that's who they're bringing in. So, you can go back, with Jordan. That was more. I just want to own the team. I don't want to spend money. I don't want to bring. Who's the kid that the white dude they got from Boston?
I can't think of a name, but go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? But it's
Yes.
like you're not. It's the same thing when Richardson was here with the Panthers. They wouldn't pay. Yeah, Gordon Hayward. Thank you, Junior. But they wouldn't pay to bring in free agents.
Nope.
For the longest time. And if you're not willing to bring in free agents, spend some money, you're going to be mediocre. But like with Stevie Y, he knows who he wants. They're not always the top, guys in the league that they need to bring in. They need guys to play the system he wants to play. And the coach wants to play. So, yes, there's technically the same amount of guys on the court as there are on the ice, except for the goaltender. So you can do with that what you will. But you have 5 guys on the ice that play a certain system and play it to what the coach wants to do. and have a decent goalie in there to backstop you when you make a mistake. But where basketball now is a 2 or 3 man game, you spread everybody out, put everybody on one side of the floor, 1-2 man game, maybe a guy up high for the third guy, and it's apples to oranges. It's not the same idea, but you get what I'm saying. Like, you have to spend money. You have to bring in guys that play the system you want to play. And I think Detroit's filled some of the gaps with some veterans. And, Larkin, I saw he scored the goal the other night where the guy passed to the slot and it bumped up in the air and it was about a foot off the ice and he just smacked that thing right out of the air. Put it in the back of the net. It's like that stuff you can't teach. It's, how you want to play and having the people that it doesn't matter what sport. We can talk football, basketball, hockey, it doesn't matter. You have a system how you want to play. You have to get guys to play that way.
I was about to ask, what's more important, the system, the coach? You're saying it's the system.
A lot of it has to do with the system, because if you're, in hockey, if you play responsible defensively, the chances will come offensively. But if you just go up and down the ice with no defense, I'll say this. These clowns that I'm wearing tonight, they played Philadelphia the last 2 games. And I watched both of those games. And I think if it wasn't for Nedeljkovic, the last game we played, that should have been like 7-1. Because dude, the freaking Konechny, I think he had 3 breakaways in the first 20 minutes. And he stoned all 3 of them. And that's the thing, is like our biggest problem with the Penguins, that they don't play defense. They pinch too much. Like, Sullivan has to figure out, like, look, we can't play this way. It's not working. We're leaving our goalie out. Like, you can say what you want to say about our goalies, but they played great. Right. If you keep putting them on an island, they're going to get beat.
Eventually, they're going to get beat. That's like
anything, get got. Yeah.
Whether it's Shesterkin, whether it's, Demko or any other guys in the league, if you keep giving 2-on-1s, eventually you're going to get
got.
You're going to get burned on it. And that's what's happening. So, not to get off on a tangent, but that's the biggest thing with the Penguins right now is, we take a dumb penalty tonight and, Hedman takes a shot from a point, which was not a shot. It was more of a pass. Guy put the stick down, bam, back of the net. Can we do that? Fuck no. Our power play is absolutely terrible. I would like to see him start the 4th line on the power play because they are that bad.
Yeah.
If you watch these games, dude, like, I'm from Pittsburgh.
Right.
And I grew up when Mario and Yager used to play for the Penguins.
The golden years.
Yes. And shout out to 1 and 2.5 WDVE in Pittsburgh. Scott Paulson, Jim Kren. They used to have a song, and it was Mario passes the puck to Yager. Yager passes to Francis. Francis passes, and it's like the refrain was "Shoot the puck," and that's what we're doing right now. We just keep passing the damn thing around and passing up. Like, take the shot. You see a lot of teams now. They come down on 2-on-1. They're not shooting to score. They're shooting to hit the far side pad. So the rebound comes off to the guy that's come down the other wing.
Bang.
Okay. And bang, he smacks it in. No, not us.
Dan, let me interrupt you. You do see that a lot with hockey. I know sometimes watching, I see the guys overpass. I'm like, okay, when are we going to shoot the puck? Shoot it already. We pass it to the left wing. We pass it to the right wing. We pass it down below. We pass it back up top. We pass it. I'm like, oh my God, when y'all gonna shoot?
I mean, is it like by design? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it could be where you just trying to throw guys off, man. You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
a lot of it has to do with is the guy that gets the puck
All right,
looks up, gets a pass, looks up, and sees a guy in front of him. And it's like, oh, this shit's gonna get blocked.
right.
So he passes it to the next guy. Next guy, he looks to shoot, bang, same thing. And at some point, you got to be like, I don't.
Yeah, somebody's got
I
to pull
don't.
the trigger. Yes.
Well, you don't even have to pull the trigger on the net. You have to put your head up and go, I got a guy on the back door. So if I put this 2 feet wide, he's got a stick with a right hand shot on the left side of the post. This is on his forehand. Just snap that pass to him and let him put something on net, and then we'll go after the rebound.
But the rebound, correct.
But everybody's looking for the perfect play. And it just
Yeah,
doesn't.
you better watch out. You know, somebody might be listening to this podcast, some casual fan person that's in the NHL offices on Park Avenue, and they be like, "Hey, you know, we might need to implement a shot clock."
Oh,
And
Yeah.
enough. Enough already. But go ahead then.
Shut your damn mouth. Because
Yeah.
when you're in the power play,
But I can see that shit happening. I can see
you're
that
looking
somebody
for the
saying.
best
I'm
opportunity.
just saying. Go ahead, Dad.
But, you know, maybe that would help the Penguins. Maybe somebody actually would fucking shoot the puck. Like, oh, we got 3 seconds. Hey, I got to shoot. Instead of this, oh, no, I'm going to pass it to him. I'm going to pass it to him. Like, I was happy when we signed Eric Carlson or traded for him. But at the same time now, our defense is so terrible that I'd rather see like one of the regular defensemen that plays defense on the power play and either put his ass on the bench or put him on the wing.
Mm.
Because what was it? The other night against Philly, I think we gave up 3 breakaways to Konechny while we were on the power play. And it's like, how do you do that? But it is what it is. But like I said, Detroit's playing well.
Second place behind Boston. Yeah.
Yeah, Florida's doing well. Dallas, Vancouver. We had the Hughes brothers last night play each other. I think it was 6-5 Devils.
Mm-hmm.
And Jersey got the better of it. And they all scored, but Vancouver. Quinn Hughes for Vancouver. I mean, granted, he's a defenseman. He's not supposed to score. And I want to say I think all 3 of them are defensemen. But Jack and Luke scored for New Jersey, which was a cool moment. I saw a little video thing where, you know, when your mom makes you stand, you know, get in line for a picture, and they put
I thought that was nice too. Yes.
Yeah, put Quinn in between the 2 brothers, you know, of Jersey, and took a picture before the game started, which is cool. Like, that's the thing is, you know, you got a lot of brothers, like the Chucks that are playing, the Hughes brothers, and that kind of thing, and a lot of like ex or old retired NHL players. Their kids are now playing. And it's always fun to see, you know, how they like, you know, Ty Domi just went out and smashed everybody and just punched them in the face 24/7.
Ty Domi was a bad boy. But
Yeah, but his kid's playing now. Max,
is he? Okay.
yeah, and he plays for Toronto. But you know, he's got some skill to him. He's still not afraid, you know,
Yeah.
to mix it up. But you know, a lot of these guys that are ex NHL, you know, their dads played. Like we said last week, we were talking about, was it the Chucks, and they were
Fighting. That's another family affair.
There you go, Luke, Jack, Quinn. Quinn's in the middle,
Yeah.
and I will tell you this: like, they're all U.S. born, So if they want to play this, the best versus best U.S. versus Canada, Sweden, and Russia, I like our chances with the U.S. because these three can skate like the wind, and they have such skill. And the two you should really enjoy that Jersey because that's the last time you won a championship.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yep. Remember Pavel Bure?
Pavel
Bure. Yeah. Vancouver.
We remember. We beat them.
Yep. Step on my toe.
Yeah.
Mark Messier guarantee the win. Game 6.
Seemed like ages ago.
It was, dude.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What was that? 94, 93?
94.
94.
Jesus.
Had that chant used to go 1940. Boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. Well, now it's 1994. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah. Another long time. Dan, let me ask you this before you if you didn't have anything else. What do you think about, and I know it's not a question out of left field, but Rangers, they're number 1 power rankings. How do you feel about the state of hockey right now, as you see it? If Dan K was the commissioner, what would be your state of hockey address?
Well, I would say that it's doing really well. So, like, normally, we're like, what the fuck's going on with Arizona? Where are they moving? Where are they going? And they're still where they're at. They're still playing in the Mall Arena. But, right now they're in the playoff spot.
Yes.
And they're playing really well. And, a lot of the other teams, that Edmonton, they only have 19 points. Arizona has 28. So, Chicago is struggling a little bit with 15. San Jose is right behind them with 16. The West is a little bit worse than the East because there's 4 teams with 20 or less points. In the East, there's only 1.
San Jose. Who else?
That's it. Ottawa is the only team in the East that has 20.
Okay.
And they beat your Rangers.
And there's nobody in the teens.
You're going to keep saying that, y'all.
Yeah. Yo, D-Dub,
Yeah.
where was the singing the other night? I texted you.
I know.
I didn't hear the pipes.
Hey, bro,
No, hey, bro, what's up?
Everybody, we take an L. We still 18-5, 37 points, bro. I mean, what we talking about?
That's everybody trying to relinquish that president trophy. Nobody wants that shit.
Yeah. Nobody wants that.
Nobody
You
wants
think it's a curse, man?
I know it's a curse.
Nobody wants to be good.
The last time the team that won the president's trophy and won the Stanley Cup, I think, was Chicago. And that was like,
what was that? That was like
11 or 12. 2011 or 12.
Yeah. Well, somebody's got to break,
Yeah.
Somebody's got to get over it.
Once
Step it up, step their game up.
Once in a while, blind for squirrel finds a nut.
There you go. Hey, so I don't know if you talked about this. What's going on with this Patrick Kane? He's with the Detroit.
He's with Detroit.
Red Wings.
He's skating. I think he's trying to get his conditioning up.
Okay.
And then I'm sure he'll join the lineup. And I hope he does well.
Yeah. I mean, he's a good guy. I mean, as far as I know, I don't know him personally, but he's
none of us do. But
good for the sport.
You like to see the U.S. guys.
He's a vet.
Do well.
Yeah.
And coming off hip surgery, that's a kind of a big. It's like
that's
football,
a big deal.
like football, Achilles and knees.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll come back and he'll come out strong. I think he will.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to clown the guy.
I know. He played for Rangers.
Yeah, bro. I was shocked. Like, he's gone. It's like, where'd he go? But he had to have the surgery. He wanted to.
Well, the thing was, he's a free agent.
Yeah,
and he had to have surgery.
Yeah,
so your boys were smart and saved their money.
Sure.
And spent it elsewhere. That he was what the definition of a rental is for the playoffs.
And we got smacked around.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. It happens.
It's part of the game.
Absolutely. But I still say Vancouver's kind of one of my dark horses. They're 4th in the West. They played 4 more games than LA, same points. 3 more in Dallas, 2 points ahead of them. But I still think that, like, Vancouver is actually starting to get smart with their money. So they traded Bellevue to Chicago, and I forget what round pick they got back, but they didn't retain any money. So they shipped a $4 million guy to Chicago, and they got a draft pick in return, and that was it.
Cleared up some room.
Yeah, and then he turned around and used that draft pick to trade to Calgary for Nikita Zadorov, who's a very good defensive, very physical. And, Vancouver strengthened up their D. They got something they needed, somebody that was physical. So, it's not often that you say, like, Vancouver is smart with the cap money, but, they're still out doing our Maple Leafs, our good friends up there in Toronto. So,
Dan loves Toronto, boy. I tell you, boy.
Speaking of the Maple Leafs, real quick, what's up with that injury, Dan? My
Diogeno?
That's my man, Klingberg, defenseman.
Yeah,
he's
got a bum wheel.
Yeah, out for the season.
He's going to be out for a while. And then Diogeno, I think he broke his finger. He's going to be week to week. So it'll be a couple weeks before he can come back. And that's like with Toronto, hate that, I feel like I got a, big old, the jockey whip and just smacking the shit out of this horse. But, you pay all these guys up front and you got jack shit behind them. And then you can't bring anybody else in via trade or anything else because you don't have the cap space because you're paying these for, like I think the cap is like 82 million or something like that.
Sounds familiar.
And you got 4 guys making 40.
Wow.
So, and then Nylander's contract's up this year. So, are you going to trade Marner? Are you going to trade somebody else? I mean, granted, Tavares, I think this is his last year of his contract. You don't re-sign him, that free up space, but still at the same time, are you going to keep loading the front end and not getting goaltending and defensemen to keep the puck out of your net? Because at playoff time, the hooking, the holding, the bumps, they slow everybody down. So, you're paying $40 million for guys that can't get to the net, but you need guys that can stop the puck from going in the net. So we'll see. I mean, I still have the same sentiment that I had going into the season that they're not going anywhere. I mean, right now, they're what? 1, 2, 3, 4. They're what? 5th or 6th in the East. They're tied with Philadelphia, a young team that's finding their legs. But yeah, they're not wowing anybody right now.
No, if the playoffs start today, they will have a playoff spot, right? As I'm looking.
Yeah.
Philadelphia, Carolina, Florida, Detroit, Boston, New York. Yeah, so.
But it is what it is.
Right.
I have no idea how the Islanders are the AC team in this.
No, because the others are bad. No, I'm just
I'm just saying every time I see scores or see highlights, they're fucking losing.
Sorry, Dan.
No, I'm just like, but they're so much better than that.
Yeah. They got a point system in hockey. Oops.
Oh, what? Oh, hey. Sorry, Florida State.
We're going to be getting to Florida State here in a second.
Yeah, man.
Dan, anything else before we move on to what you call it?
Hey, just letting you know that the dumbasses gave up another 2-on-1. We're down to nothing.
Wow. Sorry.
Yep.
That quick. It was just 1-0.
It was just nothing.
Jesus.
All it takes is one skate up the ice, bro.
Yeah.
With no shot clock.
Well,
Junior said that would be exciting.
he didn't say he'd get his shot clock up on the popper. I understand.
A shot clock would be horrible in hockey. just because the puck gets
The casual fan, Junior. There you go.
24-second shot clock.
Yeah.
As soon as you come across the blue line, shoot.
Yeah, shoot.
So my thing is when the other team touches the puck, does it reset?
It's got to.
Come on.
Yeah, well.
Put it in there, Junior. I'm waiting on you, bro.
Does it reset?
Yeah.
So if you take the puck from the other team, does it reset? How do you manage that clock? Is it only 45 seconds in the offensive zone?
When it goes across.
Nah. I think you don't reset to 10 seconds.
Come on now.
If somebody touch it, reset to 10.
We're not trying to. The state of hockey, according to Dan, our hockey dude, Dan says hockey's doing all right now. So
hey, we try to be like Mike Greenberg here in a minute, man. I'm trying to change up the game.
Yeah, I know, right?
God.
If the team wins in the World in the All-Star game, they should. That was the most stupidest thing.
Yeah,
and because somebody listened to Mike Greenberg on the Golick and Greeny show, man. So shout out to Golick.
Yeah, they did.
They challenged that goal for an offside, and I think it's coming back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when the shot clock area would have been a shot clock thing, right? No, I'm joking.
Stop.
Let me move on. He's Dan K. I wish I can play that Kiss song for him, and but once we get a little bit more money, we could be able to do that. What was that? God of Thunder, right? No, what was it?
Yeah, it was God of Thunder.
God of Thunder. So in the near future, we're gonna be anytime Dan comes on, he leaves, we'll give him that intro or outro to Kiss. God of Thunder. I believe Kiss is winding up their Northeastern. They're about to retire. I think they're all in their 70s. Gene Simmons and all of them guys are in their 70s.
I think this is coming back. Yeah, came back. They wiped that shit off. Mm-hmm. Offside. Let's go. D-Dub. What's the next hat for the night?
Oh, no, we're gonna rock it. We're gonna rock with Georgia right now because there's still some salty FSU fans still out there, still talking.
Then where's the Florida State hat? Why you wear Georgia?
Yeah, because Georgia really technically they should have been in it, been in the tournament. So
Why?
Just because, man, they rolled all the way. I mean, I'm sorry, Kev. We're going into this.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we definitely are.
Yeah, we go to college. Let's go.
If we're talking about the best teams, Georgia was the best team all year long. One defeat compared to FSU, who played absolutely nobody, man. So
So just so you know, I'm busting your balls.
I know
because I know Georgia was 29-0.
29-0.
Back to back.
What we talking about?
Back to back national champions, and they lost one game by 3 points
and get dropped to 6. Dan,
yeah, that is absolute bullshit.
So let me jump in here. I didn't get a chance, of course.
Yeah, what's your take? We like to know.
You go, bro. Let it out because you've been texting me for days.
Yes,
let this shit out.
I kind of did on Facebook, and I actually did a TikTok on poolside with my pina colada the other day. But I really feel I can really get it out. So Florida State, and then I put it on my Facebook page also, and there's people that got at me. They was like, "Oh, well, they didn't make it. You're not looking at the criteria," and I'm looking at the criteria, right?
Oh no, we're looking at it.
Yes, we're definitely looking at it, right? Strength of schedule.
You didn't beat nobody.
Yeah, who you played in your conference?
Mm-hmm.
What is your conference against other conferences, right? And so people were saying to me, "Oh my God, the ACC, they're not really good at that." All right, okay, all right, cool. I got you, right? I got you. In the words of DA, I got you.
I got
right?
you.
I got you, right? I got you, right? Ain't nobody. I'm not mad. Okay, I got you. Boom. All right, so then we go to strength of schedule, right? Florida State's was 55. It was 5-5. right? They're playing North Alabama. You have the opportunity. If you know that your schedule is weak, you know that your conference is weak. Okay, instead of 3 years ago playing North Alabama, why don't you schedule teams like Notre Dame, USC, who actually plays people outside the conference? They'll play.
Yo, man, hold that thought real quick. You know, there was this game called what was the college football on EA Sports, man, and back in the day you could pick the teams that you wanted to play,
You
right?
remember that? Remember that on EA Sports is in the game. Yes.
You could pick like harder teams, so you know they'd be without a shadow of a doubt that I'll be playing. Now I know you can't, you know, I'm being facetious here, but you
What
know,
happens on that when we had that game, D-Dub? Right? You was ranked higher,
correct,
right? According to the computer,
yeah,
because
because
you
you
took
beat.
you stopped playing, as DA always say, directional down south.
Yeah,
Whatchamacallit?
you're not playing in smaller schools.
Florida State, to those I'll give references in the South Florida area and the Charlotte area, and maybe the New York area. Florida State played the equivalent maybe in the Charlotte area, and no disrespect to any of these schools, Belmont Abbey and Gardner Webb. They
And American High
they
School.
played those schools.
They play LIU.
They play LIU. They play
Hey.
down here. They play Broward College or Miami Dade.
Yeah, dog, come
Come on,
on, man.
Here's my
FIU.
thing.
No
Here's-
disrespect.
There's
Here's-
no
here's the
disrespect, but
thing,
what we
though.
talking about?
Who did Travis Jordan get hurt playing?
Yeah, who was it?
Northern Alabama.
There you go. That's right, Dan. He did get hurt during that game. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
played a cupcake and he got hurt. And that fucked him for the rest of the year.
So
So why did he play that game?
Mhm.
Or why did he play as long as he did? Once you get up 2 scores, 3 scores, put his ass on the bench. You know they're not going to come back on that defense.
No, but when you're trying to pad the stats,
Exactly. You try to get those style points. Guess what? You got styled right out of the playoffs.
style your ass right on out of there.
right on out of here, right?
Style your ass on out of here. Yeah.
And I'll say this: look, I'm the guy that always puts up for the underdog. I was the one crying for UCF. I was the one crying for fucking Boise.
TC who?
Yeah, you know. You know.
We did a whole episode on TC. Who?
TC
Yeah.
who?
TC who? Remember Michigan? Yeah,
Yeah.
they know. They know who that team is.
Yeah.
But that being said, they fucked the college football playoffs up
That's
for
a fact.
for them getting in and beating Michigan and then get absolutely curb stomped by Georgia 65-7.
And these
And
media
that's why the media,
these
and
media executives, Dan,
not
are not
even the media, the committee people were not going to do this again and put a subpar team in.
well, they all
AKA
partners. Yeah, they all
AKA
partners.
Florida State, to have the same thing happen again.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
The
sorry,
one
Florida.
time in my life that I absolutely agree with Stephen A. Smith.
Mhm.
It's a TV show now, and they have been cleared to us. It's been clear to us that it is a TV show. And when people kept texting me, oh, but the quarterback got hurt, I said, well, what does the quarterback got to do with it? And I looked, I said, well, that has nothing to do with the criteria. And then I'm finally looking and digging on Sunday, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is reality TV. This is Love and Hip Hop. This is what it is, but it's Love and Football now.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. The quarterback doesn't matter if your backup can come in and win. This happened in 2014, I think, with Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
And Barrett got hurt, and they brought the other dude in, and they played Wisconsin, and they beat them 59-0. And then they won the championship that year. So, yes, that position means something. But if you have something to back up the guy that gets hurt, that's different.
Right.
Florida State doesn't have that. it's a huge drop off.
Facts.
Yeah, it's a television show now. It's political and it's a television show. And I'm sorry, Florida State. I'm sorry, but it's too bad, too sad. Start playing other people.
Yo,
Well,
man,
they did. They played LSU. Look, the ACC
wasn't enough.
the ACC had a better record against the SEC this year.
Yes.
But at the grand scheme of things, that doesn't mean shit if you only play one. Look, we can spin this however you want to spin it. Was it Florida State beat LSU? That was the first week of the season. The second or third week, Texas beat Alabama. Right? So the reason that Alabama went 4 is because Texas beat them. But Texas really didn't play anybody besides Alabama. Like, look across the board at all the games that were the championship games for each of these conferences, right? There was the SEC had 1 versus 4 or 5, and then FSU was like 3, I think, or 4.
Mm-hmm.
And they played the 16th ranked team, and it was fucking nothing or 3-0 at halftime. Like, that's not convincing at all. And then, Washington beat Oregon for the second time. And, those teams were a lot more closely ranked. I think Washington might have been 3 and Oregon was like 8 or something. But my thing is if you really want to get nitpicky about this shit and you really want to, pry and, why this, why that, how do you go 29-0 and the committee says you're the number 1 team all fucking year, and then you lose the championship game by 3 points and you go from 1 to 6?
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. And what is this? Look at it from the Florida State standpoint. Mm-hmm. And I said this, and I'll get back to your point, Dan, but it kind of goes hand in hand. Good. Yo, the committee never believed in Florida State to begin with, right?
Nope.
No, they never believed them. And I gave the analogy. I know my internet was half an hour later, right? I gave the analogy of marriage, right? The committee was dating FSU all year long. And then that last week, they gave them a ring. They put them in the top 4, right? And then when they barely won their conference championship,
they found that pretty girl with the big hoo-hoos.
Right. Yeah. And then they was like, nah, you're not good enough to marry. I'm out.
This shit ain't going to work out.
Yeah. It's not going to work out.
This shit is not going to work out. I'm
dated them all year long, but wasn't good enough to put the ring on it to carry them across the altar. Let me read this real quick. Thank you, super producer. The selection committee will select the team using a process that distinguishes among otherwise comparable teams by considering conference championships. 1, boom. That's 1. Strength of schedule. 2, right? Head-to-head competition, right? Comparative outcomes of common opponents without incenting margin of victory and other relative factors such as unavailability of key players and coaches that may have affected a team's performance during the season or likely will affect. So I'm a committee member. The 4 already that did it for me.
It's in the bylaws, bro. It's in there. I didn't do this.
I didn't make this up. So everybody and hollering at me on Sunday when I said something about Florida State, I didn't say it. They said it. It's right here. Y'all mad because y'all didn't get married. That's what it was. Y'all didn't get the ring.
No, they mad because they didn't read the contract, bro.
The prenup.
They print out the fine print.
Where's the prenup?
The fine
We
print.
want prenup. We want prenup. Ain't that what Kanye said?
Yeah. They didn't read the fine print, and it is what it is, man. So what are we talking about? And again, what I said all week: sports and entertainment, man. Boom. That's it. That's all you got. Shout
This
out
is
to my man Mike Bristol. Yes, follow the cash, follow the money. That's what it's all about.
Well, normally I'm behind you on this when they say follow the money. But if that was the case, Georgia and Ohio State would still be in this.
But you know what they said,
Yeah.
you gotta make it look good, bro. But I get it. I feel you. I understand.
You know
yeah,
what?
you're right.
Nope.
You're right.
You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
that's my main man, DA. I'm with you.
the DA. Shout out to the DA. He's in the comments. DA says all fixed.
Yeah.
DA, you awake?
Hey man, leave that man alone.
I hope your knee's doing well, bro.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the DA.
But the thing is, at the end of the day, like, seriously, you can't go from number 1 to number 6 because you lost by 3 points to the number 4
way in
in
the world.
the nation.
Ain't no way.
What's that? What's that mean? Ain't no fucking way.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way that.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
I got you.
If anybody wants to be pissed off, it's got to be Georgia because they've ran the gamut for 2 years now. Fuck, we gave up a goal. Anyway, but they're the number 1 team, and they've been the number 1 team all year, all last year.
Yeah.
And if there's not a Hail Mary against Auburn, Alabama's not even there. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hey,
Bristol,
can the Super? Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Bristol, you're high. Michigan ain't winning shit.
Yeah, Mike. Shout out to my man.
Yeah,
Mike.
I was about to get him. I was like, Mike B, stop. Kill that noise, Mike B.
love you, but you know.
Yeah.
Put that coquito down, man. Put that coquito down, bro.
He's starting early, and he don't even drink.
We're gonna need you to go county care.
Yeah. So, Michigan is scared to death of Alabama right now. They know
you heard it. You heard it when they announced it.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, because they knew they were done.
Yeah, ain't no way.
If our super producer can he put up on the screen that there's supposed to be a press conference down here in South Florida this today at 4:00. Guess what? There was no press conference for the Orange Bowl because neither one of the coaches from Florida State or Georgia decided to show up.
So let's get into this. Let's get into this. Look,
wow. This is what we're doing now? So
he'll put it on the screen.
hey, I'm going to put this out there.
Go ahead.
And if I'm Florida State and I'm that pissed off that we got shortchanged.
So they say that's what they feeling is.
Exactly. But my thing is, if you're that mad that you got shortchanged and you're not playing for the championship,
play this team.
And you know probably both receivers, if they're smart, aren't playing. The running back's not going to play. Some of the linemen aren't going to play because you know that this game means absolutely dog shit. Nothing. So there's no point in you playing this game to up your stock. Now, if you're one of the guys that's on the fringe and you need to show your, stuff on film, absolutely you're going to play. But if you're that mad and you want to give it to the committee, how do you fuck the committee over? You don't play the game. You tell them, you know what? Thank you, but no thanks. And I absolutely, as the underdog guy and pulling for the underdog, and they got fucked, I would be absolutely, if I'm the head coach, the director of sports, yeah, we're going to make a couple million to play this game. But none of our stars are going to play. And it's
I would have to see that this would have to be a heavy fine in place that these teams do not.
Do you have to play? Do you have to play?
I don't know.
No. I mean, you already fucked me out of the playing the championship.
Well, sir.
So why do I want to play this game?
Sir, please get out your feelings. They fucked you out.
Look,
Yo, this is
No,
this is what it is, bro. I mean, you now you have you say that you don't want to play now. Now we're not playing. Now we're gonna take our ball and go home.
yeah, because guess what? Next year,
Yeah,
because next year there's 12 teams, and our ass is in it.
and it's gonna be
This is
the
the last
13th
year.
and 14th team that's gonna be mad now.
Yeah, but it's not going to be Florida State. No, not with Jordan Travis healthy. Not with the team they have.
Okay.
They're going to be top 5. So yes, absolutely. You like this is what I'm saying. If you're that mad that you got snubbed, there's nothing you can do to do anything to the committee other than say, you know what? Who's Georgia playing? Nobody. Okay, so now you got to rearrange all these games and these teams to go play in a different bowl. I'd wait till the last goddamn minute and say, you know what? Fuck you, we ain't playing. I mean, think about it. Think about it. You want to snub me? I'm going to snub you.
Hey, Dan.
I mean,
the old saying is, "An eye for an eye leaves everybody blind."
Yeah. Guess what? And nobody's watching.
Nobody's gonna have no eyes, man.
There's not going to be a game. I mean, seriously, think about it.
Yo, man.
And if you're Georgia, you got to feel kind of the same way.
Yo,
how the fuck did we go from 1 to 6?
I feel
we
you.
Lost by 3 points.
Yes, I understand. And
can I read this? Can we read this deep before you get into this? This is from who's this from here? Would like to get him the credit. I don't even know who this is from. Awful announcing. It doesn't give me Arthur Weinstein of Awful Announcer. He writes, this year's Orange Bowl has already been nicknamed the Snub Bowl, SNUB Bowl. It featured the Florida State Seminoles and the Georgia Bulldogs, 2 schools controversially overlooked by the college football playoff. Thursday's scheduled news conference featuring Georgia head coach Kirby Smart and Florida State's counterpart Mike Norvell offered an opportunity to build some excitement for the game until Wednesday when bowl organizers suddenly announced Smart and Norvell would not be appearing. Knowles 247 reports Brendan Sonnen shot down those tinfoil hat theories. He said both Norvell and Smart were unavailable for the news conference portion of this wider VIP event. That means the news conference is canceled, but there will still be a VIP party featuring members of both athletic departments. Take the tinfoil hats off. Nothing insidious. Simone posted on Twitter the other day, the Orange Bowl has a VIP event and yada, 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 yada. So, but I say this, and I was like, man, it looks crazy, right?
Yeah. DA, I agree with you. Yeah, the kids are going. I don't know. So what do you do if both teams decide to pull out the Orange Bowl? What you got? I mean, what's going to happen from now on?
That's my thing. Is like you may not go pro this year, but if you're going to go pro next year, are you going to put your body online and possibly get injured in a game that means absolutely jack diddly shit? I mean, you have already told Florida State that winning your conference, going undefeated means jack shit.
That's what you said. I didn't
So
say.
why in God's name would you play this game if you have a chance going pro?
I'm trying to think, Dan, but I don't have nothing for you.
Okay.
I don't have nothing for you right now.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
If you really, really are convicted on your feelings that you got snubbed, both these teams, at least Florida State needs to go, you know what? No.
Well,
don't even tell them right now.
If I'm Georgia, I feel the same way.
Hey, Mike, I don't care if the sponsors want refunds. My team wants a refund. You fucked us over. So that's what I'm saying. If Florida State is in their feelings that much and feel they should be in the playoff, I would wait a week before this thing goes and tell them, you know what, pound salt, we're not playing. We're going to stay home. We're going to stay healthy, and we're going to stay home. That's The only retribution that Florida State has that they can do to make their feelings, felt. But like I said, next year it goes to 12, and they're in.
You messing up some money around here, Dan. You gonna mess up the money. You messing up the bag around here, bro.
Hey, I got my NIL money.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that next.
Who
The transfer
cares
portal.
about your money? I got mine.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is all has to do with how butthurt you are about.
Well, this is
not
just.
making-
I mean, again, man, we could say all this, and at some point, college football has messed it all up. They're gonna have to figure out a way how to change the system.
Well, they're going to make it 12 games next year. And
Well,
Georgia's
this is what I'm saying.
Florida
I
State's in.
mean, we talk about strength of schedule, all this. I'm like this, man. Since all these teams are moving around, put them in a conference, divisions, and that way these teams are fighting one another, and then you have a playoff like that, similar to the NFL. And if you make it, you make it based on your wins and losses. That's the only way.
Here's the thing.
Go ahead,
with them going to 12 teams next year, all this gets wiped away. Because if you look at the polls and you look at 10, 11, 12, 13, we can all honestly say there's not going to be a lot of bitch about who gets the 12th spot.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot different when you only have 4 teams and you put a Texas team with 1 loss. You put Alabama with 1 loss over an undefeated team. But at the same time, Texas beat Alabama. Alabama beat the best team in the country for 29 weeks in a row. So I understand what they did, and I agree what they did, and I agree that those are the teams that should be there. And I feel for Florida State. I feel for their, players. I feel for the fucking fans and all that. But like Kevin always says, with text after text, who the fuck did you play? Nobody. You played in the ACC. Most years, that is enough because there's enough good teams. Clemson was ass. They beat Louisville in the championship game. I'll give you one guess who beat Louisville before that. And they are absolute dog shit this year.
Panthers.
Thank you.
We got to move on, Dan. We got to move on to NIL. Dan is fired up about this, boy. I tell you.
Hey, how you do this? Fired up.
Hey, we had this on Monday, and like I texted you, we could have went on for 2 hours with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
Like, end of story. Florida State, you're that pissed. Don't play the bowl game. Enough said. Just fuck it. We're done.
I'm about to piss you off some more, Dan. Maybe. I don't know.
I doubt it because everybody's in the portal right now.
Yeah.
What did I say? Like 300 players done hit?
I don't
more? Jesus Christ.
College football transfer portal. Yeah, I mean, let me just read this from CBS Sports from Will Backus from CBS Sports. The NCAA winter transfer window opened on Monday, December 4th, and the portal filled with several notable quarterbacks immediately. In fact, it seems like the most loaded crop of signal callers to hit the market since the NCAA implemented the transfer portal a couple years ago, from high upside young guys to grizzled veterans. Programs that are desperate for immediate help should not have much trouble finding it. As of December 6th, that's today, 17 quarterbacks hold a 4-star grad in 24/7 transfer rankings. 5 of the top 10 transfer prospects, regardless of position, are quarterbacks. By comparison, there were 16 total 4-stars for the entire 2023 cycle. And they give their list of, CBS gives this list of more than 500 plus people in the transfer portal. And the top notables is Aiden Childs from Oregon. He's going to Michigan State. Dante Moore going to possibly Michigan. Cameron Ward, Washington State, going to Ohio State.
Yo, who's the cat that's leaving from Alabama going back to somewhere for lacrosse?
I,
He,
I don't know, bro. Maybe our super producer DJ can look it up for us.
yeah.
But listen, this is what college sports is. This is what it is, and it has forever changed how this is sport. First of all, their regular season, nobody's watching it. It's irrelevant now, right? Because of the
Facts.
bowl championship. It used to mean something.
I mean, shit.
It doesn't mean anything now. And that is a whole fact. I'm not talking hot takes and none of that stuff. Thank you, DJ Tyler Buckner.
Buckner, yeah.
Yes, he's going back to Alabama, right? So this transfer portal, and again, in the words of the DA, I'm not mad at the kids. Yo, it's a capitalistic society. When the schools had the opportunity to maybe unionize and make this something where it can be, they lost all of that.
Sorry, Kev. He's leaving Alabama to go to Notre Dame for the.
That's what it is. Excuse me,
lacrosse.
Alabama to go to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Thank you. They lost all of that, so this is where we're at now.
Well, I'll say this.
3,000. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate you, bro.
I'll say this. If you watched Matt Rule's press conference, I think it was like a week, maybe 2 weeks ago.
We said it on this show. Yeah, we quoted him. Yeah.
Yeah. And here's the thing. To sign a quarterback out of the portal, it's $1 to $2 million for them NIL money to come play for you.
Yes.
So what's McCord that left Ohio State? Yeah. Why would you not go somewhere else for your last year or whatever and get the bag? Because he probably knows that I'm not going to make it in the NFL. So let me get my bag here and play 1 year. You know, whether it's Notre Dame, USC, or whatever, you know, underwater basket weaving college 101, whatever.
Stupid.
But, you know, take that money when you can get it and set yourself up for when you get out of school with your degree and be debt free and be able to go into whatever field you love or whatever you want or think you want to do. Because we're all, you know, I know Daryl's the young in here, but, you know, when you get out of college, you know what I'm saying.
I was going to say.
Out of the three of us?
Yeah, go ahead, Dan. I got you.
We got you.
Yeah.
Okay. But you know what I'm saying? Like, when you come out of college, you might not know exactly what you want to do. You know, so you try some things and figure out where, you know, your passion is. And, you know, you figure out eventually what you want to do. But to be able to do that where you don't have college debt for school and have a fat bank account to be able to, you know, hey, I can move here, I can move there, I can do this, I can do that. Like, think about it. Most of us coming out of college, we had debt and we still had no idea what the fuck we wanted to do and had to figure it out.
Correct.
Like I'll be honest. I went to community college from the time I graduated high school until I was like 23. And then I worked probably 5-6 years, taking one class here and there. And then finally, you know, I got laid off of a good job. And they were like, hey, we'll pay for your, you know, your college. So I went back to an actual 4-year school and got my criminology degree to do what I'm doing now. Because that's, you know, lucky for me. That's kind of what I figured out what I wanted to do.
Podcasting. He's podcasting.
Wow. that's the retirement plan. We're gonna put this 30 years in doing this other bullshit, adult daycare.
Take care, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna do podcasting. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a college kid and you know that you're not going to be, you know, somebody that a lot of these guys might be backups or whatever in the professional league. But, at some point, you're either going to be in corrections, selling cars, insurance, or stocks. That's just the way this works. Like I saw a thing on, I think it was First Take or one of those, where they said, look, there's a very small percentage of people that play college sports that are actually going to make the NFL.
Yeah, next level. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're not planning for the other besides football, you're an idiot, because the percentages are so small whether you stick or not.
Oh, but you're a dream killer.
No. Look. Hey,
Dan is telling you to have a plan B, and he doesn't mean a pregnancy.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, look at Brock Purdy, right?
Yeah.
The last guy drafted in the draft.
Yeah.
And he's probably the best quarterback in the league right now.
Yeah. Let me interject here, Dan. Junior put this, and I put it on the chat, and I hope he doesn't mind. Hopefully he doesn't mind. He said that's why a lot of the kids who have started and realize the chances in the league are slim, so they are getting paid when they can. And those that are being sanctimonious and say, "Oh my God, I would never do that. I love the game too much." No, you would absolutely put yourself into the transfer portal on Monday, like how some of these kids have.
Oh, I would have been there Sunday.
Hey, if you're a grad transfer, you could have done it last week.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to be real about this shit. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? Like,
It's a whole
there's a chance, even if you're one of the good ones, Johnny Manziel, Ryan Leaf, Akili Smith, all these guys that came into the league as the top pick or top part of the draft and didn't make it. So, whether you're really good or you're not that good, take advantage of this that's available to you. For some school to pay you $1 million, $2 million to come to their school and play a year and make your money and be okay.
That's why Dion was moaning and groaning last week about saying that this is not an ATM. Right?
What? Well, you know what?
Says
Guess
the
what?
guy.
Yeah. Okay, let's have this conversation and I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not trying to go there, Kev. You try to set me up.
No, I'm not. I promise you.
Hey, let's talk about this in 6 months when he's got fucking 5'6'5", 340-pounder offensive lineman and defensive lineman that he signed. Because that's coming. You know it's coming.
Okay.
You already know.
Yeah, we coming, right? That's what he said.
Yeah.
Hey, they're going to sign some Buffaloes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, true that. I can see that. I definitely can see that, man. This NIL thing, again, between the college football and their playoff system and the NIL, it's not your granddad's college football where there's a computer, there's a ranking. And I heard you guys say Monday when I was out, they've been preaching about, hey, we probably need to go back to the computer.
They do.
Yeah.
Because people don't like this committee. They don't like it that they got
the committee
4 or 5 guys.
Yeah.
Round table.
And
they these type of decisions.
It's not about an eye test. It's not about what league you like.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be impartial, unbiased. A computer is not going to do either of those things. They're going to put the best 4 teams or whatever in. That would be great for this year. Next year is 12 teams. But at the same time, I still think they need to do that so they get the best 12 teams in. And then, if somebody gets stumped or snubbed or whatever, it's not the first 6 teams.
Mm.
It's the 13 or 14 team. that really doesn't have a leg to stand on. Because if they would have won a game or two more, or didn't lose as bad as they did, or won by more than they did, it's on them.
Right. It's a lot. And then you break it down. You look at the NIL. The NIL has absolutely changed how our business is done.
Oh, hell yeah. Every year there's fucking 400 kids going to this thing. And
it's 5 more than
well. Here's the funny thing that I heard.
More than 3,000. Excuse me.
I forget who
article was
what show I was watching. It might have been McAfee, but there are hundreds of kids that went in this portal that never got picked up, that were basically out of their scholarship and didn't get picked up and didn't have a school to go to and ended up having to pay for their shit on their own.
Hey, man, they say you bet it on yourself, huh?
Yeah,
I'm sure.
You know,
damn sure. Better bet on yourself.
You better be good then.
You better be good. D said it almost happened to him. Junior said it almost happened to him. He had to go to D2. So, listen, it's a lot of intricacies. It's no more college amateurism. It's semi-pro. They're getting paid, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear this no more. The kids and all this. I mean, yeah, they're kids.
The kids.
But it's grown up stuff, and a lot of money is being passed up. And
no, it's business, Kev. Stop.
Hey, I'm going in the portal.
It's business.
I'm gonna try another fight.
And it's business for
podcast.
Yeah, it's business for everybody, man. Everybody got to make a business decision for what's good for them at the end of the day. So,
and Dan makes a good point, right? Yeah, if there's a podcast portal, whatever, and Dan goes in it, hey, man, he lands on some hockey joint. The hockey joint in America. Hey, man, Dan, I love you, bro, man, and it's been real.
I'm not going anywhere.
What happened to D? Did we lose D? No, like I said,
he's changing his hat.
He's changing his hat. Okay, that's right. He's going behind the curtain and change his hat because we're going to talk his favorite sport here in 5 seconds. The NBA tournament. We'll have our main man Ryan D'Souza. He'll be on next Thursday to break down the NBA. I don't have too much on it tonight. It looks like with the NBA, as we switching segments here, the National Basketball Association, they have their in-season tournament with all the fancy, as I was told, all the fancy new floors. This will bring new eyes to the game because it doesn't have a lot going on during this will get the players engaged. And I was like, you need to be engaged. I thought you getting paid a lot of money to be engaged, but apparently they need some more incentive to be engaged. So it looks like Atlanta, if D can put this up for me, Junior, it looks like Atlanta, the Lakers, the Bucks, and Indianapolis are headed to Las Vegas for the first in-season tournament game. I believe Atlanta. Shows how much I've been paying attention to it, man.
Look, I don't know shit about this thing, and I think it's dumb as fuck. But it looks like Milwaukee beat the Knicks.
Yeah, Milwaukee beat the Knicks last night. Yeah,
New Orleans beat Sacramento, and LA beat Phoenix. So it's LA against New Orleans, and then Milwaukee against Indiana for the who gives a fuck who wins bowl.
Well, apparently, Adam Silver, he thought it was robbery, not robbery. That they have this.
Really, come on, let's all be serious.
Dan, go ahead and tell him. I don't even have to speak about it because Ryan came up here and talked this trash, talk about how great this thing was.
All this is regular season games.
This is just another money grab. And you fans keep on buying into this foolishness because of the courts change colors.
Woo!
Nobody cares.
The court's so cool. The game's the same goddamn game. Same teams. Regular season. Who gives a fuck?
Yes, and this in-season tournament, I don't even know who's even paying attention. Everybody I've talked to is like, what is this? Why?
Look, I'll be honest.
And if the LeBron James, hold on, Dan.
Go ahead,
Please
man.
miss me if you talk about LeBron James wins in cup tournament. This cements his legacy.
Oh, he's gonna be a fucking hero.
Oh, I don't want to. Please,
because
it's coming.
Jordan never won this.
Dan, I said it to Daryl D-Dub this morning. I said if LeBron wins this thing, that's what all. And I don't want to make this a GOAT conversation because I hate that conversation. Even though we're going to talk about that here in another week or so, we're going to have the show of all shows, the end of all, GOAT conversation, just a conversation about
hopefully the last.
Last about it. But it's it's coming. Yeah, it's coming. They're going to absolutely. If he wins it, look at the call last night. If you didn't watch the game against the Suns last night, how the Lakers got this timeout, and I'm like, wow, they're doing everything and anything.
Kev, I'm so ready for these guys to get ushered out of here, man. All of them that's in the same range, and I think everybody knows.
Well, the DA was going to come on here and talk about that. He said the same thing. How he said he's so sick.
Yeah, I'm tired of all these old guys. It's time for them to be.
I won the in-season tournament. I'm a GOAT.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Really?
Yeah.
This is look. If hockey ever does this, I will stop watching because this is the dumbest thing ever.
Don't be like Chris Russo.
No, I'm telling you, to have a tournament in season where you rearrange some games,
regular games.
Yes, this is what you're telling me. Our regular season is so boring that we have to do something to get people to watch.
So our super producer DJ, he's saying that it's not for the fans, it's for the players. D, I hear you.
What more do they need?
How is this?
I sound like Tyrese.
What
more do you want from me?
How is this for the players? Like they got.
Oh my god!
Here, 2 words: load management. How is this for the players? They don't want to play this shit. They don't want to play regular season games. They don't want to play.
Bradley Beal is hurt. He's been out for 11 games. I mean, these guys, man.
Junior, come on, bro. You got to do better.
The minimum junior for the NBA as of this year is $925. If you sign a minimum contract with the NBA, almost a little bit under $1 million. So,
I think the only thing that has come out of this is that I've seen Tyrese Halliburton light it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So he's been playing phenomenal. I don't know how long this is gonna last. I don't know if it's just some Jeremy Lin stuff that he's pulling off.
No, he's the real deal. I saw him in a game down here in Miami last year, and he absolutely gave Miami that work. And he's the real deal. He can play. Halliburton can absolutely play, but that's the DA's argument. He says we're so fixated on stars,
these older guys,
like LeBron and Curry and
James Harden.
Yes, Corey Brown. That Halliburton is a bad dude for sure. But we're so fixated on these stars instead of Ant-Man in Minnesota. Man, come on, dog.
Yeah, Minnesota, the number 1 team in the West.
Yeah, but we keep on getting. Oh, that's so impressive. And Junior, I hear you. But it just absolutely it's so impressive. In year 28, he's putting 29, 38, and 65 or whatever. I'm exaggerating, of course, but it's just a lot, man. It's just, but that's cool. But none of those people have won anything. Well, you haven't given them a chance to win anything, Junior. Yeah, of course not. They haven't won anything. Yeah. What you meant? What has I'm not going. What has Mr. James won? When did he win? Oh, the bubble championship.
That was,
they said that's the most
3 years ago.
They can't get past LeBron. Hey, I'm gonna save this for when we have the conversation, Junior, and I need you to be on camera. I hate talking to the screen with you. You're the best damn producer, but I need you to be on the camera when we had this conversation because
And we sorry miss Ryan because Ryan was supposed to be on tonight.
yeah.
So
We couldn't get Ryan tonight. He had a scheduled conflict, but Ryan will be here next week, and we'll talk about these new courts and all that stuff, man. But
we should have a champion by that time, right? But
we should have a champion. Yeah, well, it's the in-season tournament champion.
In-season tournament champion.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So how much weight does this hold? How much weight are we going to say this holds?
Nothing.
If the right person gets it.
Oh. Yeah. If the right person gets it, this is everything.
Yeah.
This is everything for him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Michael ain't got one of these.
Michael can't do this.
Yeah, he won something that was never in the league before. Woo!
Jesus.
That's where we're headed, man. Let's go on to baseball. Well, like I said, we'll give basketball a good solid half an hour, 45 minutes next week. Go ahead,
Kev. The Major League Baseball. Y'all need a marketing person.
They can't get out their way.
You guys got the number one, this pitcher, Shohei Ohtani.
Pitcher / outfielder. Excuse me.
Outfielder. Yeah.
Whatever.
Can bat. I mean, you can't find a way how to market this guy. Like we should be the hot. What is this? What is this called, Kev? Hotstove.
Hotstove League. Yes.
Hotstove League in the
winter meetings.
Meetings and stuff. I haven't heard a peep about Major League Baseball except for I know there was a move between Boston and New York as far as a trade, I believe. But other than that, you got Shohei Ohtani and there's nothing. There's no buzz, no nothing. Juan Soto's out there. I'll keep on hearing him, talk.
Soto. It looks like the trade with the Yankees is held up for before I got on here at 7:30. So, but to get back to what you were saying, yeah, baseball doesn't do us favor. If you remember baseball back in the day when they used to have the winter meetings somewhere it was hot, they would just ESPN. All those folks, they were sending a lot of the baseball people down there to get some baseball buzz, and there is nothing. I was hearing Dan Patrick say that this morning, how none of that stuff is done anymore, and baseball doesn't do any favor. You hear this fugazi answer from Dave Roberts from the the Lakers, from the Dodgers. Hey, we heard you talking to Shohei Ohtani. Roberts just goes on and says, I should have asked Junior to pull this up. Just paraphrasing. Basically saying we talked to him, but we can't say what we talked to him about.
What's all the secrecy?
What is all the money? What? They don't have the money. That's what the problem is.
Boy, oh boy! I tell you, I have nothing for you, Kev, on baseball front because this it's almost ridiculous. They just keep on. They can't get out their own way.
They absolutely do it to themselves. We got less than a few minutes here to go. So, like I said, the Juan Soto trade, that looks like that's being held up. Looks like San Diego wants a lot for Soto, and the Yankees don't want to get got again like how they got from Miami.
I don't even know if they got from Miami. I mean, the handwriting was on the wall. But anyway, I digress with that whole trying to unload that mess.
Yeah. I don't give a shit about this because we're not spending money. We're not signing anybody. We're gonna lose everybody.
So Dan is a Pirates fan. So all our new viewers here, Dan is a Pirates fan, and Dan says by the time June gets here,
we got the ninth pick in the draft this year. So put it on your calendar. 4 years from now, he will absolutely be traded, whoever it is.
I'm thinking that he's about to do something profound. Thank you, Dan.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're right. I mean,
you're right.
Pirates are a farm club for many of the other.
I saw
teams, 29 teams.
Supposedly, they're going to up their payroll this year, so maybe we'll have an extra usher.
Damn. Such a beautiful stadium.
It is. It's absolutely beautiful. And at some point, DW want to go. Me and Kevin already talked about this. We're going to try to hit 3, 4, 5 stadiums in a couple weeks over the summer. And Pittsburgh's one of them. We might go to Cincinnati and Cleveland, and maybe New York.
Oh no, New York! You got to pay $15 to get into the city. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, well, we're just staying on the Jersey side, man.
We'll fly in, so
Ridiculous.
we don't have to buy that.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's the plan. We want to hit, maybe even Baltimore.
Now, I've been in before. Camden Yards is a beautiful place. That's another beautiful place too. So we got to move along. We're gonna move along. We got a little bit left. Let's talk about the NFL real quick. Remember, Fourth and Short is always on Mondays. Mondays will probably be at 7:30 to next Monday night. But remember, quantitative method. Yeah, thanks, DA. So make sure you check out our standalone show as we talk about the NFL. Real quick, NFL notables tonight.
tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Yeah, Dan, your team should beat the Patriots. What's the status on the Jaguars quarterback on my main man? He got hurt. Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence, a higher ankle sprain.
He'll probably out a couple weeks.
What's the deal with no cart for this guy? How you let this guy walk all the way to the trainers room with no cart?
He could barely get up. He stood up and almost fell over. What the fuck are we doing?
I kept saying when I was watching the game Monday night, I said, all right, we're gonna get a cart. We're gonna get a cart. Nope.
This is your franchise quarterback, and you're making him walk off the field. What is wrong with you?
Okay, I was just told by a producer. He said he refused the cart. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't care. You can refuse it all you want. Your ass is getting on it because we're paying you buku bucks to get on that cart.
Yeah,
that's just dumb as hell.
Oh, well, yeah, I got you. Trevor Lawrence, yeah, so he's got the high ankle sprain. We'll see. Zach Wilson, and I got less than 3 minutes. Robert Saleh, I just think he's created a lot. I don't even know if I should even open up this within what time we got left.
I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, this is a lot, Kev. I don't know if we could get in on 3 minutes, but yeah, this situation, Jet situation. Zach Wilson is returning back as the quarterback one after the report says that he denied going back, and it's been a mess in New York since Monday. I've been listening to the sports talk over there, and it's been some of the stuff that's coming out of there between the coach and the coach texting a former radio host and the media, and it going back and forth. It's just a mess. Jets, I think the Jets just are doing Jet things, man. If you haven't seen, I've seen this before with the Jets.
Yeah, we live in New
York. This is what they do. You sign old quarterbacks. Old quarterbacks get hurt. We had it in Brett Favre. We had it in Vinny Testaverde. The Jets push all the chips in the middle of the table, and this is the results. You know what I'm saying? So, there's no guarantee that, as far as I'm concerned, this is my opinion, there's no guarantee that Aaron Rodgers is going to be the Aaron Rodgers that we once known next year. He's been out all this year. I mean, this is what the Jets do, man. And instead of just, just find a quarterback, a young quarterback, no, we keep on going. They keep on going with the old, the old, and and this is what happens. It becomes a complete dumpster fire at some point. So We'll see.
Okay, so
go ahead.
I just want to counterpoint D-Dubs what you said, because I watched McAfee. I think it was this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers had his back.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It was probably Tuesday.
Yeah,
it's
mm-hmm.
Aaron
Rodgers,
Tuesday.
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers Tuesday, and they had him come into the studio in New York, and he's wearing Adidas shoes, not the moon boots that he's been wearing.
Mm-hmm.
So, if the Jets have any shot of getting in, like his goal was to come back the 24th,
right?
December 24th.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can hang on for 2 weeks and win these games, I see him coming back. That being said, Rogers gets a bad rap of being a prima donna and this, that, and the other thing. But I've watched countless interviews in the past 2 years that he always comes on Tuesdays to the McAfee show. And I don't always see it when it's live or whatever. I see it when, they put it on YouTube or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But to see Aaron have his back and not try to talk for him, that was huge. Because I know Aaron knows what he's going through and understands the scrutiny that the media can have, the fans and everything else, and try to twist your words and everything and all that good stuff. And I don't think for a minute that Zach Wilson doesn't want to play for the Jets.
I don't see that either.
He absolutely does. But his confidence is crumbled because everybody's been so negative towards him from day one.
And you think about it, Dan, he wasn't supposed to be the starter this year.
He wasn't. He was supposed to be backup. He's supposed to be.
Observe what one of the greats in the game has done. And 4 plays into the season, he had to strap his helmet up and play.
Whoa, guys! No.
Whoa,
you want me to cry? You cry me a river because he had to come on in? Poor Zach Wilson.
Yo, put a John's hat up.
Please,
put a John's hat on.
You guys are crazy. Y'all bugging.
Be quiet. No,
y'all bugging.
Be quiet. Be quiet.
You guys are bugging.
Be quiet.
Go ahead.
But that's the thing with Zach. He was supposed to be the Jordan Love this year, and probably next year. And watch Aaron Rodgers, how he goes about his business, what he does, how he prepares, and all the good things to learn how to be. Look, he was at BYU, I think. That's that. Slamming mothers and all kinds of good stuff. But he didn't learn how to be a quarterback, a professional quarterback, and that's something he was supposed to learn from Aaron. And if you watched the McAfee show the other day, that was what he was saying. He's a young kid. He doesn't really know what he's into. And look, the Jets have killed more quarterbacks, or almost as many as Cleveland, by starting them too soon. And to be able to watch him play, practice, and prepare would have made Zach probably he still has faith in him and being a great quarterback in this league, or a good quarterback is what he said. And I believe that. I think he can. But when you get scrutinized on every play, every pass you make, and everything comes at you negative, it's hard to be positive about anything. We'll have this argument the entire time that we do this show. And my biggest thing is, I don't care if it's Ben, Eli, Rivers, or any of the other quarterbacks that were picked high. You have to sit, you have to watch, you have to take snaps in practice to get the speed of the game. And that's what it is. You can't just come in like Eli kind of did, but he had his bumps and bruises. Same with Rivers. But you have to be able to learn the speed, learn the game, and understand what you're getting into, and learn how to read defenses and all that good stuff. I mean, look at Bryce Young this year.
Yeah.
They threw him to the fire, and guess what? He got burnt.
Well, Dan, we definitely been saying this on this show that they need to go back to the ways of letting the quarterback do some apprenticeship before he actually quarterbacks. And like you said, it's creating terrible quarterback play. And I even go back to how quarterbacks probably are developed now with the in college. It's
Yeah,
not going to get any better, guys. It's
they
not.
bounce around from school to school to make the
No,
money.
so they're not going to learn anything. So by the time they get to the pros, I shouldn't say they're not going to learn anything, but it's going to be it's going to be a difficult curve for them to learn. Listen, we had a couple of pro guys on the show. We had my main man, Gene Fanor, who's actually played. I work with Gene, and Gene actually has played with the Packers, played with Rodgers on the defensive side, played with other teams, and he played Arena Football League. And he says, and if you don't know anybody that's played, look at the offensive and defensive playbooks. Like it's almost, if you remember back in the days, how yellow pages and the white pages is like combined. Now they put them on iPads and stuff. It's a lot to learn. It's a lot to grasp, and you got to be on your toes to do that. And listen, no, nobody's crying for Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson is a grown up and he's making some money. Yes, he's supposed to go in there, but I did not. If I'm a Jet fan, which I'm not, I did not expect Zach Wilson to go in there and like because he wasn't good last year. And that's the problem. They don't let these quarterbacks sit.
Okay. And last year, y'all talk about the vets. Got to learn from the vets. Who was his vet last year?
Oh, my man, Mike White. This down in Miami.
No, not Mike White. Joe Flacco.
Where's he?
Doesn't matter. He's the vet that y'all was crying about. He got vet.
Where's he at?
He started right. Zach Wilson started last year. He messed around. His confidence was shot last year because of the stupid comments that he made.
Yeah.
Right? Sat him down. Then now you bring in Aaron Rodgers in 2023. 2 years now. All right. He wasn't supposed to start this year.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been, for crying out loud, he's a number one pick number 2, right? And if I'm not mistaken, pick number 2, 2020.
I'm not sure. We had to pull it up. But
2021 draft. No, he's first round, pick number 2.
Hmm?
So what? I guess he doesn't know how to play. Whatever. Okay, I'll give him. He's back in the starting lineup.
Well,
God bless him.
He'll start and he'll do well.
Not everybody's Danny
Absolutely.
DeVito.
What's that?
Not everybody's Danny DeVito.
No, everybody ain't Danny DeVito.
Yeah, Danny DeVito, right? But
Tommy DeVito, whatever his name is.
I keep saying Danny. Real quick, and then we got to go because we went over time. It's like I said, they need to get back to, but the money. We'll say it again. The money has made it where these guys, these teams, they have to play the quarterback. That's why they be getting their ass kicked. And you look at Bryce Young, they just kept putting him out there.
Again, I'm not blaming Bryce.
Nope.
I'm not. This is not no. I'm going. Nope. I'm not blaming none of these guys. You got a bad team. The team is bad, but the Jets have at least the defense was supposed to be good. They've been, hit or miss on the defense. Offensive line, we already knew the offensive line for the Jets was not that great.
Right.
Zach is going to be running for his life, just like Trevor Siemian and all the rest of the quarterbacks.
Yeah, the whole 2021 draft for QBs was not well. Not well. We got to end it right here. Pardon shots, man. Really great show. Really great show. I appreciate those that listen, those newcomers that came on the show, whether YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Thank you for your input. Tell somebody about the show. We're really
hit that button. Hit that button.
Like and subscribe button.
Cost you nothing.
And yeah. So we can mess up the algorithm and make the show grow, man. We really love what we're doing. We try to do our best. Make sure you give us some really good content when it comes to sports. as we deep dive into some really good conversations. And also, like I said, we're gonna have here within another week or so. I think it'll be posted during Christmas. It won't be live, but it'll be. We're gonna finally end the conversation of all conversations. That's what the name of the show is gonna be, and y'all can look at it and dissect it all you want. It should be very entertaining. We're gonna talk about the because we never really talked about it in the show because I had no interest of doing it. The guys have not had an interest doing it, but Dan made
My fault.
yeah. Dan had a great idea. Junior also had a great idea. He said that's a topic that we need to broach since everybody else is breaching it because it's good content to see what we think about. So you can probably see what my opinion is of who's who. But what's the difference is we're gonna get facts, we're gonna give stats, and we're gonna give which one's legacy and all that. That's what to me is going to separate us from us when we talk about this thing. And we'll talk about for an hour or so, or whatever it takes to really get it across, man. But I look forward to it, and it should be dropping around Christmas time, right before Christmas week or whatever, man. So, party shots. I'll get it to D-Dub. D-Dub.
Yo, like, subscribe, share, haters, lovers, talk about us. I don't care what you do, but just do something. How about that?
They might do it tonight.
Yeah. Yo, it's been a pleasure, man. Thank you guys for jumping on, and this is what we do. We like doing what we do, and we're here, and we're gonna give you some more. 2024 is rapidly approaching, so
Yep.
shout us out, look us up, tell somebody.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Dan. The best hockey dude this side of heaven. Dan, what you got, bro?
Nah, man, great show. We're passionate about this shit, as you can absolutely tell. We're going to debate this stuff, whether it be college, hockey, football, basketball, doesn't matter. Shout out to Mikey. EDA. Hope your knee's doing well.
No doubt.
Just glad to be here and be able to do this, having fun with it. Appreciate you guys, and hope everybody has a good night.
Appreciate that. I don't have nothing too heavy. We're a little bit far over our time. Appreciate everybody. Like I said before, those that are new to the show, just listen at the sound of my voice on the podcast side. Thank you for looking us up and discovering us, man. Like I said, we're a real to do show. We come on actually on Thursday nights is usually our nights, but due to schedule things, we have to do it tonight on Wednesdays, man. But that happens every now and then. Make sure you look out for the other two standalone shows, which is the Gridiron College Rundown. We usually do that at Sundays at 10 o'clock. We're seeing if we're going to do one this Sunday because I don't know there's much going on. Probably Division 2A. So probably won't be nothing going on Sunday, but definitely on Monday night. Is it Monday night? Yeah, Monday night we'll do the NFL 4th and Short segment as we talk about what's going on the NFL that past Sunday on those games, man. So I don't have anything else. We're going to get on out of here. We'll be on for an hour and 40 minutes. Again, thank you for all of those that have been tuning in to the sound of my voice. Those on the YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, X, Twitch side. Thank you so much. Listen, on behalf of myself, I'm Kevin L. Warren, your host and moderator, for Dan the Hockey Dude, for Darryl D. Warren, for Mike Mills in his absence, for James the Angry One in his absence, and for Dorian the DA Auburn in his absence, man, and for my main man, our super producer, Dorian Jr. Thank you so much, my brother. He's the best producer, man. Hey, any podcasting thing that he's our man. He's our guy, man. So he's the one that's putting on the graphics on the show. On behalf of all of those guys, man, I'm Kevin Owan, your host and moderator. This is a Sports Chasers podcast. Be good, be blessed, have a good one, and hey, we'll see you on Monday night. Peace, be good.